Yes, I have.
Thanks, buddy.
I'll get through this fast. You guys have been busy today. Here for the bids and the quotes. Starting with the bids, lead-free, we had United and Ag Plus that we accepted both because of the escalator, meaning that they can bid each time differently. Petroleum Traders, we rejected them because they did not follow the specifications, which they did not last year either, and didn't again this year. They just are big enough, they choose to do things their way, which wasn't our way, so. Again, to accept United and Ag Plus. Item number 2, diesel fuel, same thing.
My assumption is we'll just make one motion when we're done here.
Yeah,
Right? We
yes.
don't want to do every
Yeah.
one, right? Okay.
Yeah, I'll separate the bids and the quotes.
Okay.
Okay. Item number 2, diesel fuel, same thing. United and Ag Plus to accept, and based on the escalator, we'll check with them each time to see the low price is. Petroleum Traders to reject. Item number 3, liquid asphalt cutback. Pearson Equipment, it's a lone bidder to accept them. They have a high price on there. That's not the price we'll be paying at the time when we start sealing. They're an escalator bid, and this is their price this time of year, but it's not the price we pay when we start sealing.
Higher or lower?
It'll be much lower.
Okay.
Liquid asphalt emulsion, number 4. Asphalt materials and Pearson to accept them both. Again, the reason why they're both on an escalator, and we'd have to see what their price is going to be at the time we're doing the work. Number 5, bituminous patching. It looks like the low person was Pulver with a delivered price of $63. API, we have them down to accept them. They have a price of $60, but that is FOB. We'd have to drive up there to get it. The delivered price has worked out much better for us. So
Where is up there?
I'm not, maybe that's Albion. I can't remember if that's Albion or which one.
Pulver is.
Pulver's at Albion.
Pulver's out here.
API
I know that.
is one of their locations is Liado.
I was going to say.
Is that it? Yeah, that's yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought they had this lab.
Okay, to accept Pulver, actually for a delivered price of $63. Hot mix, we have to accept Niblock and to reject, there's quite a few here, Brooks, API, Findon Brown, and Pulver, and to accept E&B paving. So it'd be accept Niblock and E&B paving, again escalator, rejection on Brooks, API, Findon Brown, and Pulver. 7, calcium chloride to accept lone bidder GLC. Number 8, gravel to accept Speedway for their price. Reject Hickson, let's see who else, and Bailey.
Okay, sand and gravel, we're for sand and gravel, we're accepting a considerably higher price. Why is that? Location. Item number 8.
Yeah, Speedway, their price, the only we get from them is pea gravel, so it's $8.55 for pea gravel.
Sorry, I'm not seeing that. At sorry, I'm just not with you, Mike. I'm looking at item number 8, sand and gravel, Speedway, number 23 sand, number 24 sand, bank run, 8 or 9 gravel, number 11 pea gravel.
Yeah, you have the entire thing that Karen put down there, that's the entire bid. All I had down was, you know, what I marked in here that day and what I went over at my office. So when I look at this, I look at what we use versus all of the things that are marked down there that we don't use.
Okay.
In other words, Hickson's, they have 475, I have down here, that's for bank run gravel. We don't use bank run gravel, so that's a rejection.
Okay.
Bailey's, it looks like their price for 11s is $15.25, where again Speedway's is $8.55.
And see, that's not on here. That's why I guess I'm confused. We don't have 8.55 on here. We have number 11 pea gravel at 86 cents.
Well, that's impossible. So I don't, she's misread something. Pea gravel's gonna be $8.55 a ton. There's no such thing as 86 cents. I don't know what she
So-
wrote down.
8s or 9s for 10.40, but
8 or 9 gravel, 10.40.
Right,
Here, mine. You can have mine if you want to take it back to her, because I won't be able to put them in.
and I have the
bag
8s or
until-
9s on there for $10.45, but I don't know what.
That's what they're questioning, that one, that's for 86 cents there.
Speedway down here.
It doesn't match up to what they're saying.
No, that's a misprint. That's not correct. It's $8.55. And $8.55 is what came off of their paperwork.
All right, for what? Number 11 pea gravel
Yes. Which is the only thing we use.
and not peel gravel. Pea gravel.
Yeah, that's a heck of a misprint.
8.55.
Yes. Per ton.
All right.
Sorry about that.
And, okay, so let me go back to my question. You can get pea gravel for $7.50 from the Kimmel plant.
That's FOB.
Yeah. And you tell me Speedway isn't? See, I'm just not understanding, Mike. That's all I'm saying is what we have here, we're not accepting the low bid, and I understand that. We don't have to. We have to accept the lowest and best bid. I'm only looking for a reason why we pay $1.05 more to someone. Could we rule out number 8 right now until we can have something?
Yeah, I
straightened
can
out
get
on
back
that?
to you on that.
Okay, any motion to accept the bids will not include item number 8 until we really have a better feel for that.
Okay, number 9, limestone, to accept IMI. And it's basically a rejection of everything else. The West Plains, that's a new one down in Wabash. Their price is pretty good. Now I have accepted them because you're allowed to accept people geographically. So in other words, when we're down in our southwest corner of our county, then we can use them. I'm not exactly sure where they're located in Wabash. And that's something we'll have to check out. It could still be further to get to that dealer in Wabash in our southwest corner than it is to go to IMI.
IMI is where, Huntington?
Huntington, yes.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you could still be farther, depending on where they are.
Yeah, they're brand new. This is the first time for them bidding.
The prices are awfully good, but that's what usually happens when you get somebody new. The question is, will they be around?
Okay, so again, to accept IMI and the, I just have W Plains, West Plains, I think, is their new name.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's
Hickson
fine.
and Hanson would be rejected there.
Okay,
Number 10, delivered stone to accept Bailey. And then we'd have a rejection on Klink, Hickson, and Brad Hall. Bailey at 53s and 73s is 1040. Brad Hall's 1047. I told Brad that was a pretty good price. He's a local, kind of a one-guy outfit right here, you know, in the middle of Whitley County. But then his number 9 prices, that's something we would use for sealing. Bailey's at 1320, he's 1347. 11's 1280 versus his 1322. So Bailey was just lower on all 3 that we would actually use.
Okay.
Sorry about that grandma one. I'll have to take a look at that.
Frank, we were thinking, oh, it's-
Yeah. All right, so these are the annual bids.
Yeah.
I guess we're looking for a motion to accept the annual bids with the exception of item number 8.
I would so move, Mr. Chairman, we accept the bids of 2013 for our highway department as recommended by our superintendent, accepting all except, as you mentioned, item 8.
I would second that. We have a motion second, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same.
We still have Bruce.
And yeah,
Quotes.
quotes is, we have quotes too.
Oh, okay.
There's only a few. First one's tires, to accept Jerry's Tire here. Second, signs, to accept both Stello and Hall. And that's mainly because there's so many different ones. You couldn't accept one for 10 signs and another one for posts. And so it's just to accept both and take the best price. Item number 3, pavement marking. The low is 3 Rivers out of Fort Wayne. Actually, the low, I think I've got, yeah, the low on air marking was .068 for 4-inch yellow, and 4-inch white was .078. 3 Rivers was .072 on both, so we accepted 3 Rivers. That's what we use out of Fort Wayne all the time, and always have, and it looks like quite a bit of difference in price in the white that we would use mostly. Equipment rental, I actually had 3, and Brandon had 2, just to accept them all, because there's so many different pieces of equipment, and we just call and get the low rate for whatever piece of equipment we need.
Doing this allows you to call on any one particular day and get a quote, right?
Yeah.
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 So,
What we have here helps because when you do planning, you can go back here and look
Yeah.
at these prices, and
Yeah.
you've got your
Understand.
planning, okay?
okay.
The very last one I have is grater blades. And I've got to accept St. Regis and actually American Wire, both because they're escalators, but St. Regis had the better price. And usually it depends on the cost of steel going up and down as to what's going to be that low that day when you give them a call. So
I'm sure that fluctuates.
I've got both of them down to accept.
Thank you, Michael. Brandon, get some bridge quotes.
Yes, the item 11 is the concrete bridge package. We received a bid from R.L. McCoy for that item. We also received a proposal from E&H Bridge Grading Incorporated out of Bedford, and their bid only includes steel beams and grading, which is the deck, and guardrail. So their proposal doesn't include any piling or indents, or as far as I can tell, any labor. It's just the material is what their bond is for, is bridge material. You might expect they'd be cheaper on everything, but for 20, 30, and 40-foot bridges, they would have been cheaper, but it's only for material. So they don't have any prices for any concrete work, any pile driving, any labor and equipment. So there's really not a good way to put a total price to their proposal. So with that in mind, recommend approval of McCoy's.
And that's item 11?
Yes.
Item 11, okay. Motion to approve the item 11 bid.
Make a motion that we accept R.L. McCoy for item number 11, package bridges.
Motion and second discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Thanks both you guys. And that's-
Thank you.
That's a big deal every year, but it's, you know, the whole job is trying to save the taxpayers as much money as we can, and yet get them a job that's gonna last for a while. Or 45 years, as Brandon says.
Hopefully.
Okay.